What's good, my friends? Welcome back to my spaceship. In this video we are going to talk about how I created these pieces here in Blender with the human generator and some geometry nodes. And yeah, let's go. Okay, first thing we need to do is delete everything, so I'm pressing A and then X to delete it. And we need a new human, so I'm using the human generator and create a new female model. So let's quickly choose one and click generate new human. Let's create a quick pose for our model. So I'm using the rigify option here and generate new rigify rig. Okay, now we can select our rig and go into the pose mode. And let's start with bringing the arms a little bit closer to the body. So I'm choosing this part here and pressing G and move it a little bit closer to her body. Same for the other arm, and with R I'm rotating the hands. And let's also make some adjustments on the body. I'm rotating the head a bit. Using this part here, and just make some adjustments. Okay, let's use something like this. Now I'm going back into object mode and selecting the body mesh and hit Shift D and right click. So now we got a duplicate of our human generator body, and we are going to right click on this one and convert it to a mesh, and also right click parent and clear parent. Okay, let's hide the original body for now, and we can work on our duplicated mesh. So I'm hitting tab to get back into edit mode, and we are going to select some parts of the mesh where we want the geometry nodes to be applied. So I'm using some parts of the body here, and for this I'm using the select circle option and just select some parts. Okay, let's use this one. And if you press Command I, you can invert the selection and delete it. So I'm pressing X and delete faces. So now we got the mesh we want the geometry nodes to be applied to. So I'm pressing tab again to get back into object mode. And let's enable the original body again. And now we can select our duplicate and create a new geometry node for this. Okay, let's drag up this window and change it to geometry nodes. So I'm choosing geometry nodes editor and click on new to create a new geometry node. And N to hide the sidebar, and we can start creating our geometry nodes. Okay, let's start with creating an extrude mesh. So I'm hitting Shift A and search for extrude mesh, placing it in the middle. Now we can search for scale elements and plug this there. And now we need to plug the top into the selection and change the scale elements from face to edge and to single axis. We can change the offset scale to something like 0.01. and the scale in the scale elements to 0.5. Okay, now we need to create a delete geometry node. So I'm searching for delete geometry, plug this in here, and we can also use the top from the extrude mesh into the selection from the delete geometry. You can change the delete geometry to face. Okay, now we need an extrude mesh node. Plug this in here and also change the offset scale to something lower like 0.02. And now we can add a subdivision surface and a set material node for later. So I'm searching for a subdivision surface, plug this in here. You can leave it at 0 for now. And a set material, so we can assign a material later. What we can do now is add some random values. So I'm searching for random value, and we're gonna plug this into the offset scale. So let's plug this into the offset scale and change the minimum to something like 0.08 and this one to 0.015, for example. And we are going to duplicate our random value and also plug it into the scale elements. And here you can type in something like 0 for minimum and 1 for maximum. And to get these holes in the mesh, you can just uncheck individual in the extrude mesh node. And now you get like these holes in the mesh. So what you can do now is increase the levels of the subdivision surface. So as you see, it gets a lot smoother and round. And now you can play around with the random value. You maybe want to bring the mesh a little bit closer to the original mesh. And you get something like this. And this is basically the whole setup for the geometry nodes here. Okay, so this is the whole geometry node tree. If you like, you can pause here and copy the settings. Okay, and let's create a quick scene for it. So I'm duplicating our layout tab and right click on the middle line here and join areas. And now I'm going to drag a new window and let's create a camera. So I'm going into the side view, hit Shift A and create a new camera. Let's place it on the side of her and get into the camera view. Now we can change the render engine to cycles, the viewport samples to something like 40 and the render samples to 400. Yeah, let's change the aspect ratio. I'm using something like 4000 to 5000. And I'm also going to search for another perspective. So let's use this. And we can create a light source now. So hit Shift A and create a new area light. G and Z to move it up. Pressing S to scale it down a bit. And yeah, we can duplicate our workspace again. And now we are using the shader editor in this window. Let's head over to the world settings and give it a black background. And if you want to make your viewport a little bit cleaner, you can press Option, Shift and Z while in this window, and you get rid of all the lines in there. And if you want to apply a material to your geometry nodes, you can just create a new material. I'm deleting everything that is already on our mesh because this was created from the human generator. So I'm creating a new one. And let's give it a metallic of 1 and a roughness of 0.3. And if you want to apply this, you get back to your geometry nodes, and under the set material node, you can select your new material. And yeah, this is what we got. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to show you in this tutorial. I hope you liked this one. If you do, give it a like and hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.